Hey guys, Sandy here, and welcome back to Mixed Media Mayhem. Now, today's inspiration is not a recipe. It is actually a layout. So the layout that was chosen today is from Missy Whitten. It's got, of course, mixed media on it. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so we are using a Missy Whitten layout for our inspiration. Now, Missy Whitten does a lot of beautiful, colorful layouts, and many of the times her photos are black and white. Funnily enough, the layout that we are using for inspiration today does not have black and white photos in it, but I figured I would do my decoration in shades of black and white, meaning grays and off-whites, because, you know, that's what shade is, right? That's a shade of black and white, gray and off-white. So I figured I would do that and then just have the color in my photos. So a little bit of opposite what Missy Whitten does. So I am just using the acrylic block technique, otherwise known as the packaging technique if you use packaging. Now, I used some aqua pigments. I used some ink sprayed with a mica spray and pearl, so my ink ended up having a nice sparkly bit to it, and also another spray ink. So I've got these varying shades here on my cardstock, and then I was like, okay, now it is time to get my photos down. But then I looked again at the inspiration layout and I was like, oh, I don't want to do strips of paper. Now, which is weird because, you know, I'm on this paper tearing journey, but I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to use up some black and white washi, which is a good thing because some of this washi is sticking to itself. Some of it's not sticking to itself. It's a whole situation. So I do pick out a bunch of black and white washi, and some of the designs repeat, some of them don't, and there is no rhyme or reason to how I picked the order of the washi to lay down, other than that's the one that I liked to pull next. Literally no thought, no rhyme, no reason, anything like that. And I think sometimes that is the way to go, especially if you are kind of going for a, you know, like a mixed media layout look. You don't want everything to be so precise and pristine and measured out. You just kind of want to go with how you're feeling, go with the flow, however, you know, you are feeling in the moment. So I also thought about bringing in that camera, but ultimately I decided against it. I decided to grab flowers. So I have a bunch of paper flowers. Some of these are from the original Prima milk bottle days. Do you guys remember those days? Years and years and years ago. Those are back in the days of MSN groups. Now, if you were ever in an MSN group, you will remember. If you weren't, you'll be like, what the heck are you talking about? But MSN groups, I actually met a lot of great scrappy ladies through MSN groups. And some of them I still talk to, or, you know, we're at least Facebook friends and comment on each other's posts, like each other's things, that kind of stuff. So yeah, some of those ladies are just super ridiculously awesome. So I am using my hot glue gun to put down my flowers, and that might seem a little bit crazy. It might seem a little bit extra. It just might seem a little bit weird. But I decided that the hot glue gun would work perfect for these flowers, and sure enough, it did. Now, I'm holding the layout in my hand, so if you hear any noise, that is why. I do have very thin little hot glue, like, lines that have happened. They are coming off of the photos. They are coming off of the washi. Some of them are coming off more easier on the cardstock than other ones, but honestly, you guys, I'm not super worried about it. This this layout is about how we said goodbye to one of the ETLs at my Target store. She left, and we were excited for her because, you know, she was kind of in a bad situation at work, and it just wasn't great for her. And we were glad that she was getting herself out and moving on. And then in my journaling, I'm like, little did we know that we would be escaping our own bad situations in a few months. So she left, and more power to her. And then months later, when I left, when did I leave? May? Did I leave Target in May? I feel like it was May. May or April. One of those. I left then, and then that set off a whole wave of people that left. I don't think there's very many of our original crew over there anymore. And more power to everyone. Like, you have to be in a place that makes you happy. You have to be in a place that helps you stay healthy, and you have to be in a place that is challenged. And I'm just going to stop talking about that because it's bringing in an awful lot of negative thoughts and comments to my mind, and I don't want to bring that into my YouTube video right now. Now's not the time. So I am, like I said, using my hot glue gun. Now, this is not a fancy hot glue gun at all. It is a dual temperature though, so it is high and low settings on it. I did decide to keep it on the high setting, because I'm cold and I felt like the high setting would be fine. And it was. The high setting, absolutely fine. So once I go ahead and get that done, I am going to look around for a title. I go through my stickers and my thickers to see if I have anything in black or white that would work. And ultimately, I decide to just go with a really simple title that says bye, because that's, you know, basically what it is. It's the goodbye photos. Now, I also was looking for something to put in the center of the flowers. At first, I was like, I'm going to put something in every single center of the flower. Ultimately, though, I did not make that decision because I kind of like it with only a select bit of things on the flower center. So that is the decision that I came up with. That is the decision that I am happy with. So I go ahead and do that. Now, these brad tines were giving me a bit of a fit. Only one wanted to poke through the flower at first, but I wrestled that sucker into submission. And then, of course, I washi tape the brad tines to the back of the layout. So while I am wrapping up getting all of the little flat back rhinestones onto this layout, which are off camera, but if you watch this very first Success with Excess, I used a bunch of these little rhinestones on a layout, a bunch of them. I still have so many left. Go figure. So be sure to check out everyone who is playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem. Today I'll have the channel links down below so you can check that out. I'm probably the last one of the group to post because my postings, let's be honest, it's sporadic. It's sometimes I post super early in the morning, sometimes I post super early at night, sometimes it's in the middle of the day. It's just however I feel and how it gets out there. Now, ultimately, I also decided to get rid of that big rhinestone on the second big flower that's on the layout. And I put in one of these kind of metal rim tag things, and I felt like that was absolutely perfect for the layout. I was loving it. So definitely very, very black, white, and gray in those photos because there's so much red. And we're standing in front of some big bright blue TV boxes. There's some pop of color on here. So I don't feel like anything's missing. I did toy with the idea of making my title in red as well. But like I said, I just went with a simple word that says bye. Didn't even spell out goodbye. Probably could have, definitely had the room to do that. But you know, sometimes short and sweet, that's all you need. And this is a black and white chipboard font. Now, again, I am adding glue after the fact. I'm actually adding the glue to the letters right now because they will fall off the page, and I don't need that in my life. Nobody needs their letters falling off of the page. So I add on the date, and then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please check out everyone who is playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem today, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.